All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Good Morning Xbox. I am your host, Axel1324.
And I'm Cool Cat Terry.
I can't
And
hear
I'm
Terry,
Eternal Shaddai.
or should I?
I'm
Can you guys hear
dreadful.
each other?
Yeah, we can hear
Hold
you.
on.
We can
I'm
hear
actually having
everybody.
issues again with
Yep.
my side.
Axel messing up again.
It's the medicine.
All right. Hey Dread.
Yo, 1, 2. Can you hear me now? Buckle
3,
my
4.
shoe.
Wow, you guys are coming through on the show just fine. I don't know what's going on with my computer sometimes. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Hold on.
I think it's
All right. Hello.
Pre-showing.
Hello?
There we
Pre-game?
go. I can hear everybody.
yes.
Crazy.
There we go. All right, I'm Axel1324.
We're doing that again? I'm Cool Cat Terry.
Repeat it again, Eternal Shaddai.
And dreadfully delightful. Dreadful.
So funny. Okay. All right, guys. Again, I'm still sick, so if I suddenly mute, it's because I'm about to cough or sneeze or something.
Or you're
So
laughing.
bear with me, everybody. But another week has passed us by, Terry. What have you been playing?
Nothing. I still haven't played anything. I just downloaded Avowed, so I'm going to make a point to try to play Avowed. It's just a matter of I just literally have been kind of going like once every year I kind of go through like a gaming cleanse where I don't play any games for like a month or two. And I feel like it kind of hit me. Like I haven't played games in like 2 weeks. So I feel like I'm kind of going through that little phase again where I kind of kind of just completely just stay away from all that stuff. But I'm getting to the point where I'm getting ready to play Avowed though. So I think my detox is almost over. Get back into gaming again.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Shaddai, what have you been playing, buddy?
I have been playing 2 games. One, I've been streaming Darksiders Genesis again because I know this year they might show Darksiders 4. I hope so. With a release date. I just hope so. So why not revisit the whole Darksiders?
You over there fighting Mamon?
Actually, that's what I call. Yeah, actually, but I'm like on chapter 13 right now.
Oh, geez, you got further than I did.
Yeah, this is the second playthrough. The first time is like almost 50 hours. Stop laughing. But then after I was done streaming, and with Terry, I downloaded Avowed. Actually, I purchased it because I wanted it to keep it anyway because I played Pillars of Eternity 1, and I start playing Avowed. That game is cool. I like it. I really do like it.
All right.
That's what I've been playing.
I know someone who loves dying on Avowed, and that's none other than Dread. I tuned into his show for like 30 minutes. He died like 3 times. What's up, Dread?
Oh, no. I died more than that before you showed up.
Oh.
But I did beat those guys, and then some. Come to find out, there was like another group of guys behind them. So once I beat like a certain set of guys, there was like another guys that moved in, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm again, I do this all the time. I did this with Odyssey, where I would get to a certain point, and I'd end up fighting guys bigger and better than me on levels. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm the underdog, and there's no way I'm going to beat them. And sure enough, I die like so many times until I figure out a different plan of tuck and run, just do a little throw it, attack, and then tuck and run because you're dodging everything they're throwing at you. So, but yeah, in case you're wondering, that was Avowed. I had a great time. Surprisingly, for someone that didn't care about it and was just one of the later trailers, I've mentioned it before, one of the later trailers finally said, okay, now I'm curious. Before I was like, meh, whatever. I'm happy that it's coming out for my friends. And then here I am playing. I streamed for 6 hours because I had found someplace that had said 12 p.m. was going to be the start time for Eastern. So I'm all getting set up, and it says I can't play it because I have to download it. I'm like, are you kidding me? I had already pre-downloaded it and everything, and I like 78, right? 78 gigs, and now it's saying 0, and I'm like, what's going on here? So we're waiting for it to download, and I'm looking at it, going, okay, it's not even letting me. It's saying it's too early, even without the download. It's still telling me that I can play it, but
Mhm.
then it says too early. So I look it up. It's 1 p.m. So I started like an hour early. Good thing, because
Yeah.
nobody could play it anyway.
There you go.
So yeah, so fun
Right on.
times. But yeah, I got to do a little bit of Halo before all that, and did a little bit more of Fear 2.
Yeah, I gotta get that game. God,
But
jeez.
I'll tell you what, though, I've been jonesing to go back and playing some more Avowed. But like yesterday, we had a whole day trip, so we were going to do a family trip and go to a museum. So yesterday never happened. And by the time we got home, I was like, "Yes, we're gonna stream." Yeah, that didn't happen either. I finally shifted over all the videos this morning, so yeah, fun
Yeah,
times.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Lesson learned. Make sure you know what times you actually start. And 2, try not to go over what you're capable of. Otherwise, you'll end up dying. Because I was doing good until I hit that one spot, and I was determined to apply myself.
That's right. I kept making fun of you saying you weren't applying yourself. Ah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Great. Great. So I've been sick all week. I've been so sick I haven't even played video games. I played like Theater Rhythm for like, I don't know, an hour maybe. I played like one race on Forza, and I played some Diablo on my friend's birthday. I forced myself because it's his birthday, of course. That's what he wanted to do. He's one of my good friends, so gotta tough it out for him. But even so, I still didn't last like even till midnight. I was like 11:30. I'm like, I'm done. I'm sorry, guys. I'm done. I gotta get to some rest. So I have not been having fun all week. Just like even like the little bit of gaming I'm doing is like weird because I'm over here trying to game and suddenly and I die. Right. So yeah, it's been tough for me this week too. But hey, you know what? Once I feel better, it's on, and I downloaded Avowed. I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting to feel better. All right, let's check in with the chat real quick. Shout out to Cheeses Nasty. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Says fried green tomatoes for breakfast. Absolutely. Whatever makes, I don't know what fried green tomatoes taste like, but I'm sure they taste great. And by the way, guys, let us know what you've been playing. We love to hear what you have to say. Cougarman69 is in the house. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, normally I'm sleeping, but I'm up, so I'm happy I can watch this great show. Hey, we're happy you're here watching. That's great. Cody Grossman joins us. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Let's see who else we got. Wow, chat's been on fire this morning. JD's in the house. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you. Shout out to Doggy Dog 420. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you, buddy. And he says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, let's see. Shout out to Crazy Greek Dude. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, yo, what's up? And JD's out getting some coffee and pancakes. Yeah. Shout out
Where's
to
mine?
Chael. I don't know.
Somebody's on
I
IHOP.
want some pancakes.
Yeah, dude, I want some coffee, but I can't.
IHOP.
Shout out to Cheo Walker. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Says another day is here and another day to play Avowed. Yeah. Absolutely. Get it going. Shout out to Sith Lord. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. And of course, thank you again for tweeting out the show. Appreciate you. You are the real MVP. All right, there you go. He's back. JD, Dread wants to know what kind of coffee and pancakes did you get?
No, I didn't ask what kind. I said, where's mine?
No. Let's see. Oh, yeah. And happy belated birthday to Dread.
Yes, thank you.
That's right. If he wasn't a boomer before, he's a boomer now. So,
Hey, I started all over. I'm only 2 now.
Let's see. Let's see. Shout out to Skywalker UAV. Thank you so much for being here. You're the real MVP. He says, good morning. Greetings from the Pacific Northwest. It's so early. Wow. Thank you so much for being awake. We appreciate you. Shout out to You're Wicked Hot. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you being here, buddy. Let's see. Be Nice is in the house. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you. All right. All right. So we're going to start off the show today with a little moment here. Let me see if this works. It does. Okay. Peter Jason, the voice actor behind Dizzy from Gears of War, has passed away. So we're just going to start with a few moments of silence here for him. May you rest in peace. And, just thank you so much for being an awesome voice actor in one of the greatest series ever made. So let's go ahead and start that off. All right. I think that's good, guys. So, in case you don't know, Dougie just got done playing Gears of War. Peter Jason. Yeah, I said it right this time. Should I?
I know you put Jackson.
I did. He played Dizzy, which was the cowboy hat wearing guy here on Gears of War 2. Great voice actor. And of course, if you're an Xbox fan, an OG Xbox fan, you would have run into this guy. And his voice work is fantastic. And man, it kind of is dawning on me that this was like, well, when did Gears of War 2 come out? Like what? 10, 12 years ago? Right? That these voice actors are getting up there in age. And I'm just so like my childhood, where's it going? My young adulthood, where's it going? All my heroes are
Hey, I'm still here.
So yeah, it's one of those things, So Peter Jason, shout out to him, and what a fantastic dude. So yeah, what a fantastic dude. Great voice work, and I think he survived the war, didn't he?
Don't ask me.
I don't remember if he did or didn't. I don't remember if he did or didn't. I just can't remember. All right, so great voice actor, Peter Jason. So let's see. He was in the 1967 TV movie A Bell for Adano. He appeared on Here Comes the Brides and 3 different roles in Gunsmoke.
Ooh, Gunsmoke. There's a throwback.
Yeah.
That's a throwback.
He was in the Western film Rio Lobo. He acted with John Wayne on that one. And he was in the acclaimed miniseries The Blue and the Gray. So, yeah, this guy's done it all. I mean, he's been in the acting business for a long time, so this guy's awesome. Now, he was also the drill sergeant, Act Doman, in the 1998 video game Fallout 2. Fallout 2. Let me replay this. Sorry. Fallout 2, a commander on the adaptation for the Hunt for Red October. He was also on the Wing Commander franchise. If you know the Wing Commander franchise, right? And he was part of the Mortal Kombat movie. So that's cool. So this guy's been in popular culture for a long time, guys and girls. So I think that's kind of cool. Good for him. So yeah, Peter Jason, you will be missed. Rest in peace, and thank you so much for the memories. Appreciate you. All right. Let's see. Shout out to Ice Queen Gaming. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. She is the boss mod of this channel, so people be careful. Yeah, be careful. Watch your words. General Spartan 27, thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Says Gears of War 2 was 2008, I think. Holy cow. Yeah, so long ago, man. So I'm getting old. I'm getting old over here.
We're getting
Well, you were
ancient.
born in the 1900s, so you
I
are
was
old.
born in the 1900s. Yes.
What are you laughing about? So were
I know.
you.
I'm in the 1800s. Sorry.
No, you weren't. No, you were not.
Yeah, Gears of War 2 is almost 20 years old. Dang.
I just know my fountain of youth. That's all.
Hmm.
So there you go. Shout out to Ray Deezy. Thank you so much. Sorry, to Day Reezy. I said that backwards. Shout out to Day Reezy. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you. Shout out to Jesse Darby. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you. All right, let's see. And I think we're all caught up. All right. So Terry,
Yes.
yeah, the incredible, critically underappreciated Halo the TV show is coming over to Netflix.
Ugh.
Netflix is getting it. What does that mean, Terry? Does that mean we're gonna get a Halo 2, season 3? Let's find out. So this comes to us from Windows Central. So the season 1 and season 2 has been picked up by Netflix and it's coming March 1st. But I don't know if it's coming in the US on March 1st, right? It will be coming to Netflix in Australia, New Zealand, as well as some locations in South America and across mainland Europe, in addition to the UK. But I think it's going to be remaining on Paramount Plus as well. So I don't know if it's coming to Netflix in the US, but it's coming over to our people in Australia and New Zealand so they can experience the greatness of Halo, right, Terry?
I suppose.
Come on, Terry, it's Halo. It's your favorite franchise.
No. No, it's not.
So, just to be clear, this does not mean that there's going to be a season 3. Okay? So, here it is. Here's the line that says that there's not going to be a season 3. There's also the other aspect of Netflix picking up Halo, not to get anyone carried away, but imagine it does well, like really well. Might there be a third, perhaps better season on the horizon? That's all hopes and dreams, of course. But in hopes of getting a wider audience, this is definitely the smart play. As someone who's not really into Halo the game, maybe enjoy Halo the series. Who knows? All right, so there you go. Halo the series coming to Netflix. Shaddai, did you watch Halo the series?
Yes, I finished all of it. Only like 2 episodes out of all of them, 2 to 3. So it's very hard for me to see another season popping up. The question is this: we're in the United States, but is Paramount in New Zealand and Australia or
I
whatever
think
it
that's
is?
why. I don't know. I think that's Netflix is the only one I know that is like worldwide. So
Okay,
moving over to
so
Netflix, I think, is a smart move.
okay, so it's like that's like saying, well, that is ours, so you gotta give us a share if it gets popular. So I wouldn't be surprised if Paramount is gonna say, Netflix, you better give me some money since you're using my show anyways. But it's well, they're spreading the Halo series how it was, but we already know that in here in the United States we didn't receive it very well because it was poor. It's either poorly written or it's not like the game. It's very different compared to Fallout, which it has a lot of game
Yeah,
related.
the lore's not there.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
exactly. So I don't know how they're gonna take it. It's good for them to see it, and plus that means they get to revisit Master Cheeks. So
Oh yeah, on
worldwide.
Netflix, rated MA for TVMA for mature. Only mature people can stare at these cheeks.
Yeah, so they're gonna glaze on those cheeks. But it's good now. It's really good. It's really good. It's going further into the horizon so they could experience what we just saw. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Again, I feel that this TV show went really weird. I was trying to buy into it, but Oh man, by the end of the show, I was like, oh my god, come on, guys. But that's just me. Dread, Halo, the TV show. Did you see it? And what do you think?
I saw it. Um, I didn't go into the drama part of it that all the fanboys had. I did fall into my own opinions of it. I'll tell you that. I
Mhm.
wasn't really happy with the direction they were going. I understood why they were doing it, but I didn't like the reason why. Okay, so yeah, maybe I was going with the fanboy narrative, but it was my own narrative because I was keeping an open mind. Let's see what they can do because sometimes sometimes things don't translate very well from a different medium into movies. Sometimes there's just too much to put in, and you can't fill it all in. Granted, this is a series, so I felt that they did it themselves and Halo a disservice by and I understand by doing their own thing, but you know, it's just proof is in the pudding. Like you said it before, when you watch season two, the money wasn't there in the budget to do all this stuff, and
Mhm.
on top of
You
that,
can tell.
the way that they did it also pushed people away. We're still referring to Master Cheeks, not Master
Whoa,
Chief.
whoa! You're talking. Don't be talking about my action figure. I got the Master Cheeks action figure right here.
It must be cold in that room. But no, I mean, it's good. It's good for Netflix to pick it up because it gives more people an opportunity to see it. I don't know if that's really good, but again, it could push that maybe more eyes on it versus many people not wanting to go on. What was it on? Paramount.
Yeah,
So maybe a
coming to
lot of people
Netflix.
didn't want to watch it on Paramount. What have you? Maybe a lot of the bad publicity about it swayed
Mhm.
people from going, signing up for Paramount. So again, what do we get? We got a free month for those that were on Xbox. I think it was the Ultimate Pass
Yeah,
though.
yeah. The
So
ultimate. It was an ultimate perk.
again, you only got a month. So unless you're wholeheartedly on top of watching this, I don't think it got the numbers it could have gotten. But at the same time, the publicity that it got was bad publicity. So it may have swayed a lot of people. But now that it's just like Game Pass, Netflix. Once you pay for it, all the movies on there for free. So
Yeah.
you get to watch it for free. So hopefully it gives more people an opportunity to see it. Maybe they'll make some corrections with season three if it is enough viewership that Netflix would say, hey, let's make a deal. We'll
Like
continue
keeping the
season
helmet
three.
on.
Yeah, yeah, and the pants on too. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah,
No.
it's not to say it's going to happen that way, but it could be. You don't know. I mean, they've done it before. They've picked up, and this is why everybody automatically went, "Oh my God, they're going to go to season three." No, it's possible. Is it probable? Could be.
No, probably not. Probably not. I'm just being honest here. Like, they've been trying to sell the series off for a while, and no one's picked it up. Netflix just picked up seasons 1 and 2, but
Yeah.
nobody's picked up the continuation of the story because it's badly written. I'm sorry. Like this character
Mhm.
here, this character,
Yeah.
and I don't want to hate against people because she's a girl, whatever, but I could give a damn less about her story. I don't care about her stupid story at all.
Her story doesn't make sense in it, and
It makes
and
it's not needed.
it it did progress some of the storyline, but
Yeah.
again, it
Even
there's
him.
so there's so many inconsistencies within itself. Like
Mhm.
if they would have stuck to the game and and the books, they would have done so much better. But making their own little mythos out of something that was already existed versus
And
enhancing
then
or
not even
expanding the lore,
respecting the
they made
lore
their
is
own.
what got to me, man.
Remember the
Not
director
respecting the
said he,
lore or the timeline. That's what got
Right.
to me.
remember the director never played the game, so
Yeah, the directors also never played the game. Ugh.
So
So terrible.
exactly. I understand for actors not wanting to do that so they don't mimic what was already done by another actor. I get that. But you have to know what Halo is about. You have to
Mhm.
know what it's. You can't just read or have somebody tell you, "Oh, it's about a space marine." Okay, what
Hmm.
does that? What does that mean? It
The
doesn't. It
only
doesn't make sense. So
Right.
again, good on them that they can get more eyes on it. It you never know. Netflix has saved a lot of shows. Granted, those shows were also very highly popular and canceled during their
Their peak.
still on their rise. I mean, they hadn't peaked yet. They were still on the rise.
Yeah.
So who knows?
We'll
Maybe,
see.
maybe somebody in Netflix will say, "Hey, you know what? Maybe we'll take it over and we'll fix their f ups."
Right. We'll
Just
see.
saying.
Let's see what we got here. Let's see. The chat saying, JD says, Halo season 1 enjoyed, but season 2 got lost. It's a shame, right? Right. Let's see. Jesse Darby says they lost a lot of people when they took off his helmet, right? Right? So dumb. Doggy Dog is excited. He said, cool, now I cannot watch it on Netflix too. He's excited. Boom, boom, kaboom. Noof Nukem is in the room. Shout out to Noof. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you, buddy. All right. So there you go. Halo, the TV show coming to Netflix, being moved, but doesn't mean that it's actually coming. So we'll see what happens. So you know the phrase some publicity or any publicity is better than no publicity, right? Right, Dred?
That's generally true. Bad
Well, it turns
publicity is
out
better than no publicity. So
turns
generally,
out that Avowed has been the number one talked about game for the last week with 1,994 articles been written, at least that are tracked by footprints, right? Between the days of February 12th and February 18th. So that 4-day period ending on the launch of Avowed. So from the early launch to the actual launch, 1,994 articles were written about Avowed, more than the state of play, which included a lot of games and was viewed by tons of people, right? Including yours truly. So it beat out even a showcase Avowed did. And I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, I've been seeing the Avowed love, like Avowed flooded my timeline for the last week. From people just being happy to play the game and talking good things about it. I think it's super awesome. So yeah, and even like when you go to like I don't know, like I'm just gonna go somewhere, right? Not IGN. Where should I go, Dread?
PC gamer.
yeah, that sounds good.
All right. So even when I go, what the hell is that? Get rid of that pop up. Even when I go to PC Gamer, right? There's literally
Oh,
Avowed right there,
yeah. What a guess.
right?
Okay.
There's another Avowed article right there, right? So we're just scrolling. Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Right there.
More
Avowed.
Avowed right here.
Avowed.
RPGs, Asus ROG, lots of stuff, right? I'm just scrolling. I'm not really looking at much.
I think you passed a couple on the right side. We're
I
looking at the
probably
big.
did.
Yeah, see another
Here's
one
here's some more Avowed right here.
Oh
in
no,
the
you missed
middle.
that big one up there further up.
Avowed here, yeah. I'm sorry,
They're
what?
probably comparing the best Skyrim. They're probably comparing Avowed to Skyrim.
Oh gosh, don't get that started.
I think somebody. I think somebody's comparing it to Morrowind.
Yeah.
No, they've been. I don't know if anybody's done that yet, but
So there you go. Avowed all over the news. Just quick
Look on,
scrolling through PC Gamer.
look on the right side to the small ones too, because it pops too.
There's a news streams. Void one. Nope, nothing on the side. But there you go. So, and I mean, they have literally just the Avowed. Of course, they got Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Civ 7 up there. So, yeah, Avowed being talked about the most during that time period. So, that was kind of cool. I thought that was kind of cool, man. So, Terry, knowing that this is the most talked about game, the most popular game right now, beating out literally everything else. Are you more excited to play some Avowed this week?
I like what she's saying.
Oh man, it sounds so
I
good.
wholeheartedly agree with that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
Oh my gosh, Terry, I cannot hear you at all.
I love it. I love it.
This is the best I've ever heard Terry say anything.
Oh my gosh. Because I'm mean.
I love when she said, meh.
Let's see. Hold on, Terry, are you there? I don't know what happened to her.
No, I agree with you. Don't worry about it.
I agree with
hold on.
every line she
maybe
said.
it's my program again. Hold on. Let me check. Hold on. I gotta check. Let this stream catch
let's
up.
talk about Ubisoft. Watch, she's gonna start talking correctly. Ubisoft.
All right, Terry, say something.
Bill Myman.
No,
She's not coming through.
Okay, she said indie
All
spotlight.
right, hold on. Sometimes you just gotta pick that and bring it back.
Fix
All right,
it.
Yes, there you go.
There we go.
I wasn't muted. It's all Axel's fault. No, man.
All right, sorry. Are you excited about Avowed now that it's the most popular game in the world?
No, I'm furious because Axel keeps effing up his shit.
You can't blame it on the cold, so don't even go there.
Yeah.
Hey, don't look at me. All right, stop pushing buttons. You're messing up the program.
I haven't touched anything. I'm just sitting here. All right. But
Greg's beard.
So no, I am looking forward to playing the game. It's just articles don't make me more excited because it's all opinion pieces. But I do want to play it, and I am looking forward to. I've been wanting to play it since the early days of announcing and stuff like that. So I do want to play it, and I installed it this morning, so I'm ready. But yeah, no, I couldn't care less what people are writing about it. Because honestly, most of the games I love get nothing but hate pieces anyway. So it's like, I don't pay attention to the fake journalism. I just play the games.
You don't care about too many RPGs. Don't get that choices matters isn't just about cause and effect, but about does.
You
don't care.
I don't care. I'm gonna play the game. Either I'm gonna like it or I'm gonna hate it. Okay. That's it. Either I'm gonna like it or I'm gonna hate it. I don't need some schmoes on the internet to tell me what to love or what to hate. So
they're not your saviors.
Gosh.
No.
But Terry, since we're doing the show, people would like to hear your opinion too. So this is
my opinion is I'm going to play it and I'm going to form my own opinion on whether I like it or hate it. I don't need to read some person's article about what they feel about the game.
But they're doing what you're doing right now. They're writing their opinion.
I'm not writing an opinion.
No, but you're doing it on live right now.
I don't have an opinion of the game. I haven't played it.
No, we will hear from you. That's what I'm saying.
And that's the other thing. Most of these people that write stuff have opinions about things that they haven't even played. Like, how are you writing an article?
You're telling me, Terry, that you don't care about Earthy Aegis treasure map solution and Avowed?
No.
No, that's just reaching.
No, I'm going to play the game, and then hopefully next week when you ask me if I played a game, I can be like, yeah, I played Avowed, and here are my thoughts. But right now, I don't have any thoughts other than I'm going to play.
What about Avowed Star Medal locations and Forge of Star stuff completion reward, Terry?
Those are such wordy titles. That's just drives me nuts. I can't stand that nonsense. It's like when you go on online shopping and they have this headline for the item and it's got as many words they can cram in there just so they can have a higher chance of getting clicks.
That was me back in college and high school, or the adjective after adjective after adjective.
So annoying though.
The longest quote on there, even though I only needed one sentence, I would quote a whole paragraph.
Terry's article is very sophisticated with words.
Yeah, that was me. All right, Shaddai, you've been playing Avowed, right?
Yeah, I've been playing Avowed. Yeah.
Do you care Did you care about the star stuff?
When I'm bored, I read anything from biased to unbiased just to kill my time.
Oh gosh.
And every single time, no, every single time that we come over here to the show, just talk about it. I remember there was one person, because I think reviews are considered articles too, right? Or there's two different things. Okay, just asking. Because I remember one guy on Open Critic that he said that the game is similar to the mid game of Outer Worlds. So it's calling Outer Worlds a mid game. So they're
I
pretty
agree.
much what?
You shut your mouth. You mute yourself again,
You
Terry.
want an opinion? You want an opinion? Outer Worlds was super mid tier. The characters
whatever.
were
This
were
opinion is
boring.
mid.
Well, I understand. I understand that, but I'm like, the first thing that came up to me, I'm like, if it's a mid game, like what he said, it shouldn't be contender for Game of the Year when that actually released, because it was a contender. So it's not a mid. It's not a mid game. So I know what you're trying to do, Terry.
My very, very first critique when they announced Avowed was great. Now it's going to be the next, Elder Scrolls ripoff, because that's what Outer Worlds was a Fallout ripoff. So then I was like, oh great, here we go again. Now they're going to, do a mid-tier ripoff of Elder Scrolls. But then, as we learn more, that they based it off of a whole different game. And it's nothing like Elder Scrolls. So they did it justice, but they can't say that about Outer Worlds, because that is a blatant parody of freaking Fallout in space. All right, that game was trash, in my opinion. In my opinion, I did not like Outer Worlds.
Trash.
I didn't like Outer Worlds at all. All right, I didn't.
But
like
it came out before Fallout in Space, which is called
that game was
Starfield.
awful too.
Axel, you should have kept her. You should have kept her in mute. I don't know what you did.
Dude,
I know.
Dude,
Why can't the program mess up when I need it most?
The gameplay in Outer Worlds is good, but it's not great, and they didn't do anything unique. Everything you can do in that game, for the most part, you can do in Fallout. They didn't do anything to set it apart, to make it their own brand, their own game, their own IP. They didn't do that. They're like, hey,
that.
They didn't do enough, other than be like, hey, we're going to go in outer space instead. That's the only thing they did to try to be like, okay, this is a whole new experience. No, the heck it wasn't. And the characters, that your companions, were so annoying and boring. I couldn't stand them.
Oh, how dare you talk that way about Pavardi?
It's as bad as your Starfield. I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less which companions I had with me, or if they lived or died, because they were so boring. Okay, poorly written characters. Okay, that's the biggest problem with those two games, is they're poorly written. Poorly written.
Terry just doesn't play the games right, guys.
That guy just vanished.
Yo,
Gone.
How do you get that companion that says Worlds, whatever? Where you get that companion? I don't have them.
Which companion?
The one right there where it says Garrick. I don't have that companion.
Okay.
So he's looking at the screen. I'm talking about Dread. I'm talking about Dread being the companion.
Dread companion?
Yeah, the Dread companion.
Companion Dread?
No, he's
Garrick. Preloaded with every subscription to @dreadpool.com, to @dreadpool on YouTube.
Yeah, but see, what I was trying to say is Obsidian said it at first. Do not compare this to any Elder Scroll, because it's not going to be the same. Yeah, and that's the problem. They said it like ahead of time.
They even said, this is not anything like it. It's its own game. Yeah. And again, it's based on a different game that they've already made 2 versions of. Mm-hmm. It's just a different play style.
Right, you got this. He's a level 1 guy. Which
is what's winning me over about Avowed, is the fact that they did that. If they didn't do that, and it was just, and then they did the same nonsense as they did in Outer Worlds, I would not be excited to play it. So I'm happy that they didn't do that.
I don't know, but I like Outer Worlds.
Dread didn't die, everybody.
Outer Worlds is an okay game. I recommend people should at least play it once, but it's not all that. It's amazing. It's got terrible writing. The companions. There's no immersion. It's like the companion is like, blah.
What are you talking about? That guy was immersed in water.
No, she's talking about Outer Worlds. She's changing the topic, even though we're talking about Avowed.
Yeah, she is disrespecting Pavardi.
Yeah, she's definitely disrespecting
Oh my gosh!
Pavardi,
No, don't even get me started on her. And hey, can you go help me get this girlfriend, because I have no freaking I can't even go and ask her out myself, so you gotta do all the dating for me.
Oh, I asked her
because
out
I'm
every
freaking
time.
useless.
It was hilarious to me to
Because
ask
I'm
her out.
freaking useless as a character, and I have no character development at all through this entire game.
But she won an award, for best companion.
She did win the best companion award there, Terry.
Yeah, because she's one of the only female characters you could get outside of the other one that also had no personality.
So you're trying to say that Avowed might end up being a soulless game, like the exam.
Look, when it comes to gaming, a female companion will have a higher chance of being the best companion out of any other companion. It's just the way it goes, okay? People like looking at women. So giving her an award, congratulations, you played, a female character, which is going to be, more widely accepted than a male character in a game with the companions. Okay, congratulations.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to give you a freaking participation medal for that.
Interesting. All right. So, Terry's excited due to the articles, I can tell.
Well, remember, it's made by Ubisoft, so she's really excited.
Oh my God. No, hold on. All right, hold on. Let me go back because the chat started going crazy here. Let's see. Shout out to Splendiferous. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Shout out to Cray Simmons TV, Cray Simmons Gaming TV. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says Xbox is pushing gaming forward. Absolutely. Let's see. Shout out to my beautiful wife. She's the MVP of my life. She says she's doing nothing, Mr. Axel. She's over here talking smack about the best games ever. Oh my goodness. Let's see. All right. So here we go. This is where Terry started going. All right. Let's see. I'm not going to pull that up. All right. Let's see. New Fast, why do most of the women in Avowed have the half shaved head? I haven't played it yet, but I'll take your word for it, man. Let's see.
Didn't say most of them.
Unbelievable.
The ones that I saw mostly had hair, so I don't know.
Splendifer says, "Go Terry, go Terry, go Terry."
Was that when she was still muted?
No.
Here we go. Jesse Darby says, "You guys turned her off about the game because they're trying to push the mushrooms on her, the ugly ones that were growing out of the chia pet."
Oh.
That was so funny. That was so funny. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, I agree with you, Splendiferous. Oh my God, Axel, this is mismanagement. How dare you let her talk about Starfield, right? Right? Game she knows nothing about.
Dude, that game had the crappiest ending. Whatever, bro.
Shout out to Lost Boomer. Thank you so much for being here. You're the real MVP. Says, I abused Sarah so much in Starfield, she still wanted to marry me. Hey, hey, whatever.
They made the romance so easy in that game. Like that I agree. Like literally, you could be the biggest asshat in that game, and you would still be able to romance everybody because they didn't do enough depth in that game. Whereas other games of higher quality, you go and you make people mad like that, they leave the game completely.
So interesting.
So Starfield's more like real life.
No.
Right.
No, because in real life, if you treat someone badly enough, they will leave you.
You know how many girls I've seen complain about that and go right back to those guys, and other guys were like, "Oh, but nice guys."
There you go. Niv Dukem says, "To me, Avowed has a little ES feel. I don't know what that means. And NPCs have a dead static feel."
I'm assuming Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls feel. Okay, and that's it. Okay, I can see that. Okay. Lost Boomer says, "I love my females with no personality." Shout out to Sappho. Thank you so much for being here. You're the real MVP. I think she's just not into you. Splendifer says, yes. Don't hold it against us. We like looking at women. I'm so guilty. Let's see. That was so funny. Lost Boomer says mushrooms made the ugly girls look pretty. What the heck is going on?
I don't know about that.
What is going on? Wow. Lydia Sadiamento says, hello, greetings once again from the Dominican Republic. Hello, thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. And I think we're all caught up. We're all caught up. All right. Shaddai, are you more excited to play some more Avowed, knowing that it's the most talked about game?
Once I'm done with the podcast, yes, I will continue play that game. Like I said, I finished the game 200 hours, Pillars of Eternity, so I will play this one before I go to Deadfire. I love it. I really, really do love it.
Now, Dread, are there any articles? Do you think there are articles written that will help you stop dying?
Probably.
No, and if there were, I wouldn't read them. It's plain and simple. A lot of times these guys are just fanboys against Xbox. And with that being said, I don't care to read some of them because of that. You know, I'd rather read somebody from somebody that actually has interest in the game and not fanboy over console wars. But again, I've stopped reading a lot of them. I'll skim over some stuff like when you guys bring it all up. But other than that, I don't read this stuff anymore. I used to come home from school and I would sit down and I'd scour the internet about every single game and every little detail. I've gotten to the point where I've been left disappointed so many times when, you know, because it was overhyped and this and that, that I just go in and play the game myself. And if I like it, I like it. If not, not a big deal. But if you guys are highly excited about a game, then I'll look into it myself and be like, okay, you got my curiosity. You know, we like the same type of games, and so I'll check it out. But yeah, a lot of these articles, that's why they clickbait, because they're useless. At least to me.
There you
Just
go.
like Metacritic and all that, and OpenCritic, and you know, you're using it based off of scores. I had to do that when I was, you know, in school because I had to figure out what was the best way to spend money and how to save as much money as I could.
Not no more. Spend that money.
Not anymore. Well, I can play anything I want with Game Pass. So there's too many games, not enough time.
Nukem repeats what you just said. If Game Pass makes it easy to try games, that's awesome.
Yeah. You know, how many times have you guys gone to Blockbuster or Hollywood Video or mom and pop shops, rented a game and was like, can we return this game and get something else instead because this game sucks? You don't have to do that anymore.
That's right.
In a lot of places, once you rent it, you rented it for the time, and if you turn it in early, you don't get a swap.
But remember, the difference between those Blockbusters and this one is if you return them late, you have those late fees, which piled up quickly.
But again, that's fine. I don't have to worry about it.
Well, as a man that hasn't played Avowed yet, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad that it's being talked about, as I am hyped for this game. And of course, seeing Dread play has just shown me how not to play. And I'm going to go a different approach, 100%.
I mean,
no flintlock approach.
We were talking on Noof show last week, and even Wicked Hot was talking about setting up the buttons, doing a different scenario, and I was like, you know, I never even thought about that. That's interesting. So again, it's like talking with people, talking with actual gamers. You learn, oh, I didn't know about this, and it's stuff like that you didn't read in anywhere. What articles telling you about that? They're telling you where the locations are, or they're telling you how bad Xbox is, and unfortunately, this is a good game. How is it unfortunate?
Unfortunate? Wow.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's weird. That's weird when you have to say, unfortunately, it's a good game. What the heck? Get your life together, man.
Fanboys.
Anyways. All right, so there you go, guys. So just, you know, the Avowed launch hype continues, even though the hype barbecue wasn't great. The hype is good. So.
Well, you click a couple of them, so it should be by now 2,000.
Well,
by
it's how
using
many
PC
were
Gamer.
written, not how many. And these people do their own tracking. I don't know how they do it. And I'm not gonna go and subscribe to Footprints GG or whatever. Screw that. Sorry.
That's how they tracked it. They tracked it by each footprint.
Hmm. I'm good. All right, let's move the show along here. On to the next topic. Let's see. So I don't know if you guys heard about this little game called Marvel Rivals. So doing very well, super successful. But let's see what comes with success. So Thaddeus Saucer, I helped create billion-dollar franchises, said this is such a weird industry. My stellar, talented team just helped deliver an incredibly successful new franchise in Marvel Rivals for NetEase Games, and we're just laid off. So just remember, guys, if you work hard, if you really work hard and do your best, you're gonna get fired anyway. That's corporate America for you guys. This sparked some backlash online actually of how can games be successful, but this also reminded me like PTSD started going off of what Microsoft did with Hi-Fi Rush, a Game of the Year contending game, and they shut down the studio. Right, and here's NetEase again. Great, a great game launching to success, and shut it down. The gaming industry is cooked. That's all I gotta say. If putting out a successful product, a Game of the Year contender, a product that's making lots of money, and you still get fired, that's kind of crap, man. Why are people gonna do any passion? This is why I keep saying like India is where the passion is now, because this is how corporate's gonna treat you, even if you deliver, right? So why would you? I don't know. I think this is setting the precedent. People learn from this. People learn that if I work hard and try hard, you're gonna fire me anyway. So why would I? You know, I think it's sending the wrong message. Dred, you work corporate with me. What do you think?
I think it's a bad message. Um, I don't know. I don't like. I mean, I understand. It's a catch-22. I understand corporate. They're trying to cut the fat because now that the game is done being built, you don't need them. But they forget that upkeep is another story. And sometimes stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't see anything else for this guy for his position, they're looking at cutting the fat. And it's unfortunate. So it sucks. Corporate, you're just a number when it comes to corporate entities.
Mm-hmm. You're just
You
an
know,
expense.
yeah. And if you're not creating the next thing, yeah, and he probably sat on his laurels and never said, "Hey, look, here's what we got so far. Here's what we want to do and head this direction." I don't know, and that's the worst part is I don't know, and we'll never know what was said in the background. You know what I mean? Did he just sit there and be like, "Yeah, we're one of the best ones here, and this, and that," and just let the team do its thing? I mean, we even had our boss have a heart attack, and he was out. We operated without a boss, and obviously we
Mm-hmm.
needed a leadership, but we still for 6 months did very well without actually having leadership like that. We still operated as if we had a boss there, and our upper management was watching over us, but they didn't step in and do anything. So now the question is, did they do this? Did they not do this? We don't know. And again, it sucks to see anybody lose their job, but did they put themselves out of a job by developing a team that can operate without them? Did they put themselves out of a job by not like supporting the team properly? But again, is it something that had nothing to do with other than the fact that corporate said you're taking up a lot of money. We don't need you. Your position is no longer here. We have other viable talent that can take over what you're doing because you haven't done enough to us to see a value there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a bad look no matter which way you look at it, and it's
I don't know, man. If I worked hard and
They
the
look
game
numbers.
I launched was successful, and you're just laying me off, it's just gonna make me, the people get into this whole corporate routine. You know what I'm talking about here,
Yeah,
Dread, where it's like the bare minimum. You know that scene from Office Space where it's like you just do enough, just enough not to get fired.
yeah,
That's literally what it's gonna create. Is a bunch of that. And game developers, and most people enter game development for fun, like because it's something they enjoy, right? So the fact that they start, if they're going to start just doing just enough not to get fired, because if you do more than that, you're going to get fired anyway, right?
yeah. But again, did you set yourself up? We've seen we've what do we call it before? Failing up.
Yeah, man, I want to fail up so bad. I
You
want to
know,
fail
you
up
know what I'm
so
saying?
bad.
And for those that
I want
don't
to do it.
realize it, it means you're so pathetic and incompetent at your job that they move you out of that position, and the only way to move you anywhere to to keep you because you're so low paid, they
Mm-hmm.
move you up in positions. So, yeah. So again, we don't know. Did he have a contract? Was it the end of the contract? There's just so many variables that I still don't know,
I
and
mean,
it's
he
hard to
said
give
he
you
said he was
an
laid
honest.
off.
Like,
Like
yeah, we know he was laid off, but
he said they were laid off. So usually
what are the
you don't
variables?
complain about the end of contract as laid off.
No, that's true. Unless he was laid off before his contract, did he get a severance package? Did
Oh,
they
who
say,
knows?
"Hey, look, we're going to cut you short now, and you're laid off technically, but we'll pay out the remainder of the contract. We will pay off." Did he say any of that stuff? We don't know.
Yeah,
So yeah, it would suck to lose a job, even if you got your money ahead of time. It just sometimes stuff like this news makes a bigger impact if you leave certain things out. We don't know, and that's the worst part.
right.
And we'll probably never know. I mean, look at stuff that Xbox has done that it took us 10 years to find out because they wanted to be open and transparent, and then we find out that oh, the reason why Scalebound didn't happen wasn't because of Xbox screwing up, because
Right.
Xbox was covering a different developer
Right.
and paying them for nothing.
Yeah.
So we may
So
never know.
So Nettie's got a lot of a flack for this, right? And they did put out a statement. So sorry for this here. They put out a statement saying we recently made the difficult decision to adjust Marvel Rivals development team structure for organizational reason and to optimize development efficiency for the game. This resulted in a reduction of a design team based in Seattle that is part of a larger global design function in support of Marvel Rivals. We appreciate the hard work and dedication of those affected and will be treating them confidentiality and respectfully with recognition for their individual contributions. We want to reassure our fan base that the core development team for Marvel Rivals, which continues to be led by lead producer
Wake
this
on Wu.
man, Mr. Wu, and
Wake
game
on.
creative director Mr. Chen in Guangzhou China, remains fully committed to delivering an exceptional experience. We are investing more, not less, into the evolution and growth of this game. We're excited to deliver new superhero characters, maps, features, and content to ensure an engaging live service experience for our worldwide player base. So basically, they're firing their U.S. branch and expanding their Chinese branch. Terry, what do you think about this?
About them what? Changing their
About the
branches?
layoffs for making a successful game? Good job, you're fired.
Well, we've talked about this before, but I think it's just part of the norm when you're in the entertainment industry. Okay, when you think about it, whether you're making a video game or you're making a TV series or a featured film, once the project's done, that's it. It's not like, hey, I finished this project and now I'm immediately put on another project. That's not how it works. You no longer have a job until you get hired for the next project. So it's just par for the course. So the fact that they keep making like news about layoffs for game developers is just it's you don't see them making articles for every time people that work in like a studio for like a TV show or a movie get laid off as soon as the show is done. So why do we have to keep putting light on it for the game industry? It's no different. once your project is over, you don't have a job until you get hired for another project. It's the same thing.
Yeah. There's still people working on that movie, even though the main core is done.
Yeah, but those are contracts. This guy was a direct hire. I mean, that's the way it sounds like it to me.
We've had that happen too, though. We've had people hired on directly for a certain project, and once a project got to a certain point, they were let go. And it made no sense because we're all looking at it going, what did this guy do? And then you find out from the background there was some other issues that had happened, but that wasn't the reason he was let go. It was just they didn't need him anymore.
Right.
So
Shaddai,
again,
what do you think, bud?
That sounds to me like they were holding something back, and they're like, you know what? Yes, we let you go because remember in 1999 that you talked junk before you move up the ladder. Yeah, we're gonna let you go because we don't want to repeat this crap of your attitude or whatever the case may be. So they're looking for an excuse.
Shaddai reminds me of the guy from Office Space. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in this week, man.
Yeah. Yeah, actually remind me of that too. But that's what it seems to me. I never worked for a corporate. I'm more regular employee, and sometimes when a person gets fired for some reason, I know companies love to hold grudges. Like, okay, we let you pass by a couple of times, but since you're doing something, now we're gonna put this on the table, and this is the reason why we're gonna fire you. But sometimes, yes, good employees get fired for no damn reason. I don't get that part. But hey, if he was hired for something specific and he's pretty much done, well, you're done. But at the same time, they could have gave him a different position for a different job too. So it's not like they only have one thing in their company. I know they have multiple things in their company that they might use them for. So I don't know. So like I said, I never worked in a company before. So, and just in case, fastback, I used to be a security guard, so I saw you. I have to laugh about that because you're mute. Mute. Mute.
You got caught on CCTV, fastback. By the
Yeah,
security
no.
guard.
No, when he said that, I was actually a security guard before. But that's the thing. I'm not really sure what's going on, but if that is the case by contract and you're hired for that particular reason, well, yes, you're done. You're pretty much done. But they should have gave him probably a couple of more options to see if he can continue on something else. That's my take. And you're mute again. Mute again. Mute again.
Yeah, well, maybe like Dreadpool said, maybe he got a severance package. Who knows? Let's check in with the chat. Shout out to Web Dave. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you. Shout out to Fastback. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you. He says, "How did we know they were not contractors, temp build games, but not continued DLC?" The way it was worded doesn't make it seem like he was a contractor. That's all I'm saying. Jesse Darby says, "I think that's garbage. If you have something that's successful, they shouldn't be doing that to these people. Although they get one good thing, they get severance." Yeah, I agree. I think it is garbage.
Mm-hmm.
No, they may not get severance.
Yeah,
They
but I
may
think
not
it's
have been
garbage.
long enough around to establish severance.
Oh yeah, look at all those government workers that are being laid off just because they were on probation periods.
Can
Let's see.
you can you imagine one more day and I'm gonna be permanent in the company? Oh no, you're done.
Yeah,
That's
and I hate to say it, but I've done that to some people too at my job. Let's see.
the
Jesse
last
Darby
minute.
says, "Yeah, you could be the best at what you do, the fastest at what you do, and the greatest at what you do. That doesn't mean your job is safe." Exactly. Yeah, and everybody, please do hit that like button. It helps us get discovered, especially on the live section of YouTube where we compete.
What
Noof
day?
Nukem says he's a professional toilet tester. It's a crappy job. Let's see. Doggy Dog wants to know if you got a stapler, Dread. Let's see. Fastback says, "It sucks. I've been through They lay off, but life moves on. Gaming industry, many devs move on from one game to another after launch. Yeah. Yeah. And even Noof is not surprised. He said, I bet most teams lay off or downsize after launch. It's not new. Yeah, and if you look at where this guy was, he was an R&D branch. Right? Research and development branch. The game has launched. It's obviously out of R&D. So, yeah, maybe his branch just no longer needed. They got the R&D they needed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Gamers can complain about layoffs if you're not playing the game. If the game is successful, I mean, not every gamer is going to play a game, obviously, but the game is successful, which this one is. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Doggy Dog brings up a good point here, too. NetEase are the people who laid off the Visions of Mana team the same day it released. Agreed, Doggy. Yeah. NetEase. What a bunch of scumbags. Thank you for reminding me of that, Doggy. You're right. What a total bunch of scumbags. Let's see. What else we got? Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. I'm just trying to see what else the chat has written up here. Because it's mostly conversation amongst yourselves. Let's see. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
There we go. It says here that Rocksteady will be laying off soon if they don't make another hit soon. They've already started layoffs.
So they're not steady.
Fastback. Axel's voice got laid off. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I got a call. All right, let's see. Shout out to Glinzer. Thank you so much for being here. You're the real MVP. Says life can be like that Alanis Morissette song. Old man won the lottery and died the next day. Oh man, that would suck.
Oh, her ironic song.
Yeah. And let's see, Big B Money. Shout out to Big B Money. Thank you so much for being here. You're the real MVP. Says y'all watching the Xbox ID show tomorrow, guys? Maybe. I mean, usually like. The last few years I've watched that ID show, it's been like a 4-hour event, and I just don't have that kind of time, man.
I do. It will kill my work time.
Yeah, no, probably not. So yeah, probably not. Just being honest. All right, so there you go. That was just the news that NetEase laid off after a successful game, laid off people. There was some backlash, and NetEase did their statement, which is basically say a whole lot of nothing, right? So yeah, we'll move it along. All right, up next. I don't know if you guys know this, but Xbox is having a pretty awesome sale right now. They have a buy one get two free sale. Now it's not as big as the buy one get two free sale for indie games that they had, but it is still a sale, and we are gonna. Let me see here. What do I got to push here? There we go. We are going to look at Terry's Xbox. No, I want it to be larger. Is there a way? There we go. So Terry's Xbox is already in the buy one get two free sale. Terry, what's on the sale?
We got a lot of great games on this sale. Many of which I've played or currently own. For those of you who are looking for some of these have been on your wish list for a while. Now is your chance to try to stock up on a couple of them. So we have Mortal Kombat Chaos Reigns. They got the big collection right here. $90. So if you put that on your list, then you can at least get two other ones, for free, because they're going to charge you for the most expensive game. So this would be the most expensive game on this entire list, I believe. Wait, no, it's not. There's a couple other ones that are more. But so you got Mortal Kombat. We got some, more stuff for Destiny. There's going to be quite a few things on here for Destiny. So if you're real big in the Destiny and you have been buying all your expansions, then this will be an opportunity for you to do that. We We got Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, a fantastic game that I thoroughly enjoyed. I do own this game. I don't have the deluxe edition, but I do own this game, and I own like the season pass, and I've had a great time playing it. Hot Wheels, Monster Trucks. I have not played this. I don't know anything really about this game, but it's something that I would probably mess with. So I like anything that has to do with racing. So this looks like a cool little game, especially if you have some kids. You can have some fun breaking stuff. So this looks cool. We got Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Now, this is actually a very well-received game that Ubisoft had released here. This is their Metroidvania style Prince of Persia game. Now, this one, I did play the demo of it, and it was, very intriguing. I'm not real big on the Metroidvania stuff. I don't like going into maps and having to, constantly, backtrack. But the animations and the combat in this game are fantastic. So if you're really into that and you like the Metrovania kind of theme, or you're already a fan of the Prince of Persia franchise, go ahead and get this game, or get the Ubisoft Plus that's on there as well. Fantastic game. And then we got Hogwarts Legacy. This is one that's on my my wish list. I want to play this game. I've heard so many good things. I am not a Harry Potter fan, but I've heard the gameplay for this is so good, and the fact that the Harry Potter characters aren't part of the game makes it more appealing to me. So this is one that I definitely want to try out. So I've been waiting for it to get cheaper. So this is on my to-do list. I definitely want to play this game. We got some DreamWorks All-Star Kart Racing. So those of you that are real big into kart racing, we got one right here for you. So go ahead and check that out. Anno 1800, another Ubisoft game. This is actually I believe this is the most popular franchise Ubisoft has on PC. This is their most played game on PC, is the Anno 1800 series. So you can go ahead and get the console edition right here. Go ahead and check that out.
I got a question for that. So it's better than Skulls and Bones then?
Dude, they're not even the same category.
No, I see boats. I see boats.
Dude, this is like Civilization. Okay, they're not this.
Okay.
Get out of here. All right. You can get your the Avatar Season Pass, which I already have that. We got Beyond Good and Evil, the 20th Anniversary Edition. I already own this game. I've started it, but I haven't gotten through it. I played the original one, and my save got corrupted, so I never got to finish it. So I went ahead and I bought this 20-year anniversary when it came out, and I still haven't gotten past where I was originally. So I need to play more of this. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. Broken Age. This is available on Game Pass, but this is another one that I feel has been pretty popular within the indie realm, and this is one I believe has been on Game Pass for quite a long time too.
And that's been made by Double Fine, which is surprising.
Heck yeah. Broken Age, Brutal Legend, Costume Quest. Come on.
Yeah, got Brutal Legend on here. I mean, this one I played. I never finished it because it gets to a point where it just gets really grindy on the battlefield, and I kind of lost interest. Then we got Costume Quest. I own both 1 and 2 on PC. Great games, highly recommend. It's on Game Pass. Go ahead and grab it. Those are fantastic. More Destiny stuff. We got Looney Tunes. So if you guys, again, if you're looking for some fun stuff to play with your kids, if you got kids, go ahead and check that out. Far Cry 6, fantastic game, highly recommend.
Is it free? Why does it say cross 99 and then 99?
I don't know why they did that.
That's free.
They're like, hey, this is. It used to be $99.99, but now for the low price of $99.99. But
it's free.
I don't know why they did that. But again, this is also on Ubisoft Plus. So if you want to spend like $18 for your monthly subscription to Ubi, that would be the better deal, in my opinion, for you to go ahead and enjoy all of those great games. We got the Quidditch little standalone little game. If you're real big into the Harry Potter stuff, you go ahead and play their sport game that they got.
Hey, Harry Potter? Terry.
Yes.
Terry, your mama's so dumb that she thought a Patronus was a tequila.
Okay.
You know the Patronus charm from Harry Potter?
Like I said, I'm not a fan of a Harry Potter.
Oh, my God. Come on, Terry. That was gold right there.
All right. Anyways, we got more Destiny. We got Monopoly on here, which you can also get through Ubisoft Plus. We got the Trolls game. So again, something for the kids. We got the Moto GP games, which I own. So these are good. More Destiny, Far Cry 5, another great game, and it's also on Game Pass, so just go ahead and play that one. We got, I think is this even a game or is it a DLC? I guess it says I guess Ducati sponsored their own game, so if you're real big into that brand, you can go ahead and do that. Far Cry Primal, my all-time favorite of the Far Cries. Love this game. So good. Highly recommend. Go ahead and snag that up. We got Far Cry 4 as well. Massive Chalice. Get that on Game Pass if you'd like. We got Riders Republic. Fantastic game. This one's so good. If you're real big into like your extreme sports, this is one that is a must play. This is for the complete edition. You can honestly, you can just go get the base game a lot cheaper. Or again, go through Ubisoft Plus. And then we got Psychonauts 2. This is a good game. So if you haven't played it yet, go ahead and snag it. It's on Game Pass. Just go grab it right now. And then, of course, Star Wars Outlaws is on this sale. Highly recommend this one, too. I really like this game. I had a lot of fun with it. I mean, it's not perfect, but, I still haven't found a game that is. Every game has flaws. So, this one is enjoyable. And one of the things I hate, though, about it is they listen to the fans a little too much, and they've been making a lot of changes. People were complaining about the game being stealthy, so they went ahead and they took out stealth. I can't agree to that. I cannot agree to that. Fans need to keep their mouths shut. Okay, if you don't want to play a stealthy game, then don't play a stealthy game. Don't complain about it being stealthy if you don't like stealth. Cut and dry. Leave it alone. And then we have Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. If you're real big into those, this is a season pass, it looks like. And then they have the whole bundle here if you want to get all the games. And then here is the base game. They're calling it the Skate Edition, so I don't really know what that means. But for Riders Republic, Rad Rogers, another good one for the kids. We got another, and this was a motocross. Go ahead and check that out if you want. One Piece World Seeker. This is a great game. I definitely enjoyed this one. Fun game. If you're real big into the One Piece and you like more of your RPG kind of feel, your action adventure kind of feel, this is going to be a good one for you to go ahead and play if you haven't done so. This one's good. This one just says that. This one I think is just DLC, though. It says Episode Pass, so I think this is just DLC. And then they had the Season Pass for Soul Calibur 6, I think.
Yes,
six. So go ahead and get the Season Pass for that if you want. It's kind of weird seeing DLCs in the sale, but okay. Then we have, South Park, the gold edition of South Park Fractured Butthole. This was a very popular game. Again, Ubisoft really did a great job making the South Park games. These games are very well loved by the South Park fandom.
If you haven't gotten them.
So go ahead and do this. I find it funny. People like to, make fun of Ubi all the time, but but they love these South Park games. It's like, but they don't want to acknowledge that Ubi made them. but they did, and it's on Ubisoft Plus, so you can go get, you can subscribe and, do things cheaper if you want. Stat King, I don't really know anything really about that one, so I can't say, but it is on Game Pass. And then the other South Park, Stick of Truth.
Stack onto each other. It's a puzzle game.
Got Stick of Truth. I feel like most people have already played it, but if you haven't, go ahead and you can either buy it on sale right now, or you can go through the Ubisoft Plus once again. Skydrift. I haven't played this one. I don't really have anything to say about this one. Credits, we can skip that. The original Psychonauts, I like this one more than the sequel. So this is a must play, and it's on Game Pass. So go ahead and play it. And we got Bard's Tale, the whole trilogy right there. So if you like that kind of stuff, go ahead and check that out. This is also on Game Pass. The Crew Motorfest, great game. Highly recommend. If you're real big into racing games, the Crew is the best. All right, I don't care what people say. I prefer the Crew over Forza any day. It's just, you get way more options to do things. It's just more fun for me. You can just do way more stuff. Through the Darkest of Times, I know nothing about this, so I'm sorry I can't give you any information on that. More stuff for the Crew. Street Outlaws 2. This one, I haven't heard anything positive about this game. Honestly, whenever people bring up this game, it's usually negative. So I feel like this is one that they probably should have did a better sale on, because this one, I don't know. I don't know anyone who likes this game. So I'm sorry, but yeah, they probably should have did a little bit more justice on this one.
Wait, so they had Star Wars Outlaws for $109, and there's one here for $130. What the heck?
This is the Ultimate Edition.
Oh my God.
Getting all the content. But no, I would just go through Ubisoft Plus. You pay the $18, you get the Ultimate Edition. So just do that. The subscription is worth it. And then Crew 2, fantastic game, highly recommend. You have the Life games. These are basically mobile games that were ported to console. These ones are okay. So the Settlers, so if you're into that, you can play that stuff. I don't really have much to say on those. Bard's Tale. We have Sword Art Online on here. We got Breakpoint. Oh my god, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Love that game. Lots of fun. Love it. Play it if you haven't. Division is hit or miss. I'm not a fan of Division. That's something that Ubisoft did that I am not a fan of, should I? So there you go. I do not like Division. I think it's a crap series. All right.
Actually, they fixed it. When I went back, they actually fixed it.
I'm just not a fan of Division. It's literally that game. The gun physics are trash in that game, and it's just their idea of difficulty is just make your enemy more of a bullet sponge. That's their difficulty. It's dumb. It's dumb.
I understand you're divided. I understand.
All right, it's terrible. Wasteland, highly recommend. I have not played 1 or 2 though. I've only played Wasteland 3 and I loved it a lot. So I definitely want to go back and play 1 and 2.
1 is like they took it out straight from the computer, but with console controller. I played it. It's really good. It's really, really good.
I want to play it. I do. The 3rd one was amazing. And then we got one of Axel's favorite games. We love Katamari. So go ahead.
Yeah,
and check that out.
Katamari. Roll out.
Yes, and then we have Uno on here. So if you want to get all the card decks and things of that nature. And one of the great things about the Uno games, though, too, is if you buy the DLC, your friends can just mooch off of you. So you don't all have to own the stuff. You just mooch off your buddy. So that's what I do. I usually buy them all, and then my friends just play all this stuff with me. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Another good one. It's all right. If you like the game show, this is decent. Another one that Ubi did. Breakpoint. We got the Ultimate Edition of that. So Watch Dogs Legion, another good one. Highly recommend. We Happy Few. That's a hit or miss. Either you're gonna like it or you're gonna hate it. I am not a fan. Skip. Torment. I have not played this one yet. This is a puzzle game. So go ahead. If you're big into that, it's on Game Pass. So just go get it. It's on Game Pass.
That's not a puzzle game. That's a CRPG.
That's an RPG.
Yeah,
this one isn't the puzzle one?
No, this is an RPG.
Yeah.
Did I mistaken this for a different one? There's another one.
CRPG.
There's another game that is a puzzle game that has a similar name, so I'm mistaking it. So forgive me. So go ahead. But either way, it's on Game Pass, so go check it out.
I think In Exile created that one, if I'm not mistaken.
What am I mistaking this for? Now it's going to eat at me. There's a puzzle game that has a very similar name. It's going to drive me nuts now.
It's a CRPG.
All right. Well, then we have Ghost Recon Wildlands, the predecessor to Breakpoint. Fantastic game. I put thousands of hours into this game between PC and Xbox. Like, it's one of my all-time favorites. So this is a great game. Watch Dogs 2 is a good game. Go ahead and check all this stuff out. A lot of stuff on here. You got the complete edition of the first one even on here.
I want to get the first one.
Ooh, Wildlands again. We got more Wasteland. And I have no clue what this game is.
You've never played 13?
No.
13's a good game. The remake was trash, though. So
okay.
Play the OG on the OG Xbox. It's better.
Fastback, I played We Happy Few. I played it. I didn't like it. So I got rid of it. Okay. It wasn't for me. We got DLC stuff on here, and then this one doesn't even have a title on here. What is this? Oh, it's more for your 13, I guess. Okay, whatever. So there you go. That's everything on the sale. So there's a lot of really good stuff on here. So if you haven't bought a lot of these, this will be a great sale to take advantage of. For me, I already owned most of these games, so there's no benefit for this for me.
What's funny is I told Terry about this sale, telling her about it, and she spent like an hour of the show. I could see it. Her scrolling through every game, looking at them to see what she would buy. That's how you put in your bundle together, Terry.
I was going through it, and then I'm like, wait a minute. Like, everything I would buy, I already own. So there's nothing left. Like, it wouldn't be worth it to me because the only things that I don't have are, like, the real cheap ones that are less than $20. So the sale isn't worth it to me because I wouldn't be able to take advantage. You want to be able to buy the expensive games to take advantage of the sale. Not buy one expensive game and then get two cheapos.
Right? Yeah, you gotta make that sell worth it.
And all the real expensive ones I own. So
I have a question for Terry. Which game will you recommend me away from anything that is Ubisoft related?
So what games?
because
I would
90%.
What?
Because 90% of the games are Ubisoft games.
Look, I like a lot of games that aren't Ubisoft. But I mean, I've recommended a whole bunch of them during my indie spotlights.
I know her Avatar was really good. I heard.
All right.
Avatar's fantastic. I highly recommend.
Fastback says, I do want to play Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Darby says, I'm not going to pay $100 for a game no matter what I have seen. I have just to see it coming broken, buggy mess day one having a patch. No, yeah, there's it go. Doggy Dog says, there's so many games right now and coming soon. I don't need another game. Great games on here, though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fastback says, Harry Potter is a good game. Yeah, absolutely. Probably the best game on there.
Harry Plopper.
Yeah. Splendiferous says, that game is $7 on GG Deals. What are GG Deals? Hit me up, Splendiferous. Let's see. Brutal Legend is a must-play from Dread.
No, definitely must play.
Let's see. Dayreezy says Hogwarts Legacy is the real MVP. Oh, there you go. Bless you, Axel. Axel doing dad jokes. Yeah. Let's see. They want Ubisoft to bring back Sam Fisher. Absolutely.
They're working on it.
Dave Reezy says, I love Star Wars Outlaws, but I love Star Wars in general anyway. Yeah, most people do. Fastback says, might buy Avatar to get Far Cry Primal and Outlaws, even though I played in Ubisoft Plus. Oh, he has Ubisoft
good.
Plus.
That's awesome,
nice.
man.
Yeah.
They're great games. They're really fun games.
You know,
Avatar, I didn't have issues with Avatar being buggy or broken. So, I mean, I'm not sure. I played that game day one, and I didn't have any issues.
And let's see. Fastback says that Terry's a Ubisoft shill.
Eh.
You didn't read
You got great games. You got great games. Okay.
He says you can't accuse Cool Cat Terry for being a Ubisoft shill. I translated it.
But look, like I said, even though it's Ubisoft, I do not like Anno. I do not like Division. I don't care about Rayman. So, I mean, there's plenty of stuff they have that I don't play.
There you go. All right, let's see. JD wants me to drink something else. You know, everybody has told me to drink something different. Some people are like, oh, do lemon with salt. Do these types of teas. Somebody even told me to drink something made with onions. I'm like, what the hell? Get out of here, man.
God.
You guys
when I get sick, all I do is have a tablespoon of honey.
Everybody's remedies are trash.
You know, if you want the stuff to come out, I just found out about another one, which is you chop up a whole bunch of okra, put it in water, and you set it in the fridge overnight for like 20-something hours, and then you drink that, and it turns the water to a very thick consistency.
Yeah, consistency.
Yeah, and yeah. But it gets
I feel like
all
if you're someone who has an issue with texture, that wouldn't be good.
I don't see how it gets stuff out of my lungs when I'm drinking it into my stomach. But hey. Yeah, it's all out and make me puke.
But 100% when I start feeling sick, tablespoon of honey. Honey has so many nutritional benefits for you.
I told them the same thing: chamomile and honey.
Tablespoon of honey.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, my mom brought me some leaves to drink some tea. It was the most bitter tea I've ever had in my life. Oh my God. Oh. And then I hate vinegar with a passion. I hate the smell of vinegar. I hate I hate vinegar like there's no tomorrow. Like if there's a cooking directions and they're like, oh, and add a tablespoon of vinegar, skip, next step. That's how much I hate vinegar. And everybody's like, oh, take some apple cider vinegar. I'm not, what? No.
You would have hated my childhood, dude. I used to suffer from like chronic random nosebleeds as a kid. Like I would just spontaneously get a nosebleed, and I would always have to sniff vinegar to get it to stop.
Screw that. I'd rather bleed. I'd rather bleed.
Man.
Yeah. I don't know. Vinegar to me is just bleh, bleh. Worst product ever. Let's see. And like the people that made vinegar have convinced people like, oh, it's good for cleaning stuff. It's good for getting rid of rust. It's good for all this.
So
it's
is
good for all that."
Coca-Cola. People
It's
still
like,
drink it.
no, what? No,
So-
I don't want any of that. Jesse Darby is asking, what happened to Terry's Indie Spotlight? Haven't seen it lately. We haven't had time, and Terry kind of ran out of indies she's played. She's reloading.
Reloading.
She's reloading. I mean, she's only done like 200-300 of them. So yeah, she's reloading her indie revolver. So yeah. Let's see. Doggy dog.
Honey. Honey's the best.
Drink some
for
whiskey,
girls.
Axel. It'll go away. Fastback. Drink a michelada. Oh my god, why would you ruin a beer with a tomato? Yeah. Jesse Darby says saltwater gargling is only supposed to be if you have a sore throat, and it only helps with the soreness, and that's it. And at some point, if you got a sore throat, you might as well just go get a bag of throat Longzigs. What?
Lozenges.
Yeah, some more cough drops.
Oh, cough drops. Okay. All right. Yeah. Easy. Apple cider vinegar is good for sore throats as well. It's not good for anything. If I drink apple cider vinegar, I will throw up. I
Just
swear.
do honey. Just do honey.
Let's see. I know how we can get rid of all our allergies, get rid of all the male plants and male trees. Dude, I'm telling you, I live in Texas, right? And so it's coming up in March. And in March, if your car is outside, it is going to be green.
Mine too, here
It's
in Georgia.
green from the trees fornicating on your
Pollen
car.
season. Pollen season.
And that is how bad it is. It is like covered in green. It's great.
No, that's nothing over here. It's completely white because it's full of dandelions.
Really?
Yeah, ours is yellow and green.
Yellow and green. Yeah, no, ours is straight up green.
I always
Fastback
wait
says, stop
until
drinking that fanboy juice.
I always wait for pollen season to end before I detail my car because otherwise it's pointless.
Drink green
It
tea
gets
with honey
stuck
and
to
put
the
a
car?
cough drop in with it too. Oh my gosh. Let's see. That'll be a cool new game for Terry. Terry Reloaded. Somebody run this by Phil Spencer. Dave Reezy he says, all my exes live in Texas. Axel, yeah. Oh. Cody Grossman says, hot toddy's good too. What is hot toddies?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a drink.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is. Just buy some car covers. I have a garage.
I have a car cover, and guess what? The pollen gets under it, dude. The moment
You know what you
drive
need to do, Terry?
you know what happens? The moment you got to go drive somewhere, full of pollen. You park your car in a parking lot, full of pollen.
You got to wash your car and then immediately cover it. That way the car
and then not
sticks.
go anywhere. And then that's the trick. You can't go anywhere because the moment you have to go travel, full of pollen.
There you go.
The dandelion driver. Taking all the pollen out.
Jesse Darby over here giving people tricks to how to get around their parole officers. But we're not going to talk about that. Not on this show. All right, here we go. All right, so that was the sale. Let's move the show along here. So I'm going to remove your stuff from the stream completely. Okay, Terry?
Perfect.
There we go. All right. So I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Microsoft made a lot of AI news. But one of the AIs, Xbox related AIs, right, is that they have a new AI called Muse, a generative AI model for gameplay. So this is coming straight from Xbox Wire, so nobody else is. So this is straight from the source. I read this and I saw the videos on this, and I can tell you right now, I'm a little confused. So maybe Dredd might have to take this one over. So let's see. At Xbox, we're all about using AI to make things better and more fun for players and game creators. We want to bring more games to more people around the world and always stay true to the creative vision and artistry of game developers. We believe generative AI can boost this creativity and open up new possibilities. So they wrote in it a bunch of articles, blah, blah, blah. Introducing Muse, a generative AI model for gameplay ideation. What the hell does that mean, right? All right. So, in partnership with Xbox Game Studios and Ninja Theory, Microsoft Research developed a World and Human Action Model, WHAM, World and Human Action Model, named Muse, a first of its kind generative AI model trained on Ninja Theory's multiplayer battle arena game, Bleeding Edge. I don't know if I would trust something trained on Bleeding Edge, just saying.
Didn't that game fail?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ninja Theory and Microsoft Research are both based in Cambridge, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. What's groundbreaking about Muse is its detailed understanding of the 3D game world, including game physics and how the game reacts to players' controllers' actions. This allowed the model to create consistent and diverse gameplay rendered by AI, demonstrating a major step toward generative AI models that can empower game creators. Again, still don't know what any of that means. What is generative AI? Let's see.
It
Xbox. What
creates
is
it creates
generative
for you.
AI?
It creates stuff for you. Like
Yeah, it creates
you
something for you.
tell it what to
Generative
do.
AI is a type of artificial intelligence that creates new original content such as text, images, and other media. Okay, so this one is creating gameplay, I'm assuming.
It could be creating maps. It could be creating. Um, one instance they used was a certain type of movement that wasn't in the game, that it developed the character to have that type of movement.
Mm. So they tried to use this, right? And then they show all these things. I guess this is the AI playing um Bleeding Edge right here. And they show all kinds of little gifs here of the AI playing Bleeding Edge. So I guess if you're still into Bleeding Edge, you might have been playing against Muse at some point. So there you go. But what does Muse mean for gaming? Although it's still early, this model of research is pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. Bunch of filler words. They want to make a real-time playable AI model trained on other first-party games, and we see potential for this to work one day, benefit both players and game creators, from allowing us to revive nostalgic games to faster creative ideation. So we believe this could radically change how we preserve and experience classic games in the future and make them accessible to more players. So they want to use Muse to preserve games, but how exactly they're going to use generative AI, I'm not sure. Now, Phil Spencer did go into like, hey, if the code is lost or whatever, generative AI can play the game and recode the game for newer hardware. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. So it could, that whole 60 FPS patch, it's coming to you via Muse, right? Game code lost. It's okay. Let Muse play the game. It'll recode it. So I think that's kind of cool. How that could do that. So that could go really well, especially for games that have lost their source code, such as one of my favorites, Panzer Dragoon Saga. The source code is gone, and so Muse could play the game, right, and basically recode the whole game by itself. That's kind of cool, or at least 90% of the game. So I think that's
It could
kind of cool.
it could also add accessibility to those old games
Mm-hmm.
that never had it. So there's the other factor. Again, it's a tool, and people forget that there are different ways to use tools, and that's you use recoding from lost source codes. I just said accessibility. It could also alter the quality of life controls.
Yeah.
So there's many different things. I even said it. If a character couldn't do this thing because it wasn't built, it can recode it to allow this type of thing. So if let's say it was an area that you couldn't climb, it can create a new area that you can climb and get around to get around the map. So
Yeah,
there's a lot.
yeah. This is definitely interesting. And of course, generative AI is generating code. I mean, that's the whole thing about generative, right? So now, is it out there in the wild yet? Not just yet. They just had, the Microsoft was just touting all their AI advancements, and some stuff is super duper impressive. I'm just sticking to the Xbox centric part of it, right? To imagine that beloved games lost to time and hardware advancements could be one day played on any screen with Xbox is an exciting possibility for us. Another opportunity we're exploring is how Muse can help game teams prototype gameplay experiences during the creative process and introduce new content. Taking games players already love and enabling our developers to inject new experiences for them to enjoy, or even enable you to participate in the creative process. I mean, if a bunch of people are doing a certain thing, why not just make it permanent? This is the whole idea of mods.
Yeah, yeah. It's mods, Forge, and Halo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, different different things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, a tool.
So there you go. So Muse coming at you now. I don't understand AI as well as other people in the community do. Obviously, right? I am not an AI coder. They did have a whole like
Hey, it's great to be here.
talk about it, but being honest, this is just them saying how excited they are to use Muse. I watched all. I think there's just like an 8-minute video. Yeah, 7-minute video, and it's just them talking about how excited they were to be part of the Muse team. That's literally all it was. So we're not missing much. Nothing secret. Okay, on this whole little speech here that they gave with Muse. But I think it's cool that AI is being used everywhere. I mean, I've even used AI on the entertainment aspect of my shows to help me come up with ideas or write silly stories or jokes. I think it's hilarious. So I do see as a user the prospect of AI, but in video games, I mostly care about preservation, as I think a lot of people need to play a lot of games, as it is the world's greatest art form, in my opinion. Terry, what do you think about this Muse AI?
I think as long as they AI gets tricky, but as long as they keep it as a tool to make games better and make the experience better for gamers, I don't have an issue with it. It's just a matter of when it gets to be too heavily relied on that I kind of worry about, the lack of, artistic creativity from people at that point, because it'll be, you know what I mean? So we'll have to just wait and see how it goes. Because, we use AI in so many things already in our day to day without even realizing it. So it's just a matter of, as long as it stays as a useful tool and doesn't get overly abused, I don't have a problem with it.
I'm using a form of it right now.
What is that?
It's the NVIDIA broadcast. So it's a form of AI to separate my background.
Okay, cool.
It all depends on what you use and name it. Everybody right now is AI is a bad thing because something, right? But you're using tools and don't even realize it. You're using Photoshop, that uses AI. You're using Premiere Pro, that uses AI. You're using CapCut, that's AI. There's a lot of tools out there that they use for advancements in games to process stuff. What was those games that would procedurally generate? Oh, that's right, because that's a form of AI before anybody called it AI.
Mm-hmm.
So when you would go into a level and the level would automatically recreate a whole new scene for you, everything was procedurally generated. That's AI. It's just that it's very rudimentary compared to where it's at now. It's
I
more
was gonna say,
advanced.
are you sure? Because like AI, like procedurally generated stuff, like dungeons in Diablo. Let's just go with that because a lot of them are procedurally generated. They're generated with rules, right?
Right. So is
Like
AI.
like an AI model will look at what's generated and make its own dungeons in the future.
Right.
instead
It's
of
the same difference. You're talking about different phases as it's gone. So I'm just using different examples of where we're at. Just like driving a car, right? What was it before that? Horse and buggy. What was before that? Horses. What was before that? Walking. So traveling is still traveling. It's just what did we name it as we travel? Now we have rockets. Now we have electric cars. So again, it all depends. I mean, we even have was it the propane to move vehicles?
yeah.
Is that still not a vehicle? Is that still not a
Okay,
transportation
but that's
method?
still just a not AI though. Like AI is,
I'm
it's like it's more like
it's more intelligent, but
way
again,
more
it's a
intelligent.
phase and step of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like right now, as I move my hands, the computer is figuring out what I'm doing and trying to figure out that this skull here behind me, it's still screwing up because it keeps seeing a skull there, thinking that it's actually part of me. It's actually 5 feet behind me.
Okay.
There it is again. It's not. It's not a tuma.
It's not a tumor. Fastback says AI acts so intelligent. Let's see. Let's see. And this is what I think their Copilot's using right now for Bing. Copilot's already being implemented into Xbox. I thought. I saw a video about it being implemented somewhere in there. Let's see. AI could help with DLC content. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Let's see. And so, yeah, I mean, AI is the future, but yeah, well, you gotta supervise AI. That's definitely what I think.
You still have
Shadai,
to
what do you
do
think
it.
about this?
Well, they not they. I keep hearing that by announcing this is probably one of the ideas that that Sarah Bond was talking about, the technological leap
Mm-hmm.
for the next generation Xbox. So I guess they're gonna maybe implement Muse AI. No, so let's see how it goes. I understand what you guys are saying, that it's a tool, but like any other creator of this sort of technology, they know how to use it for goods and the bad. So that's what's going to happen no matter how we look at it. And it's not bad that I saw a lot of videos about quantum computing and all that. I'm not too much technological, but I get curious about certain things on how that works. But I do like how it goes. It just I wanted to see how they're gonna implement it. That's the thing. Do we see it? Yeah, we do see it, but I don't know how is it gonna be. I
The
don't know.
a thing that we got to watch out for is because Ubisoft already ran into this issue using AI. Is AI makes mistakes, and gamers are overly critical, and that's why Ubisoft has ran into some issues with Assassin's Creed Shadows and with like the misuse of architecture and things of that aren't historically accurate or from the right locations and countries and things. And that's because those were things that AI put in. So AI got them in trouble. So you got to be careful with it too.
They did
Yeah,
said that they
I
were
mean,
gonna have this.
you guys remember Andromeda, right? That was AI.
Mhm.
And that's the point. Is AI is supposed to allow you to do things, but you still need human intervention. That's what people forget, and that's where we don't want companies to also forget.
That's true. See, and
Yeah,
that's the part that I was talking about. People that create AI, they know how to use it for the goods and the bads. We will see some bads, and as as many times that you
I,
want to sound it so nicely, you know there's gonna be something bad behind it.
I mean, look at deep fakes. That's AI.
Yeah,
somebody.
deepfakes.
and,
Yeah.
and that's used for bad. Again, it's not that it's bad itself inherently. It's the way that humans use the tool for good or bad.
I was watching it, I think Friday. Somebody said AI was already implemented there. Look, Halo, when the Covenant talk with the brutes, like they're communicating, and it becomes like some crazy way of trying to flank you every single time that you're trying to go by the beach or anything like that, which is actually true. I'm like, that is very impressive that they get some sort of coordination there. But I
And
wanted to see how it goes.
again, it's different intelligences that they've put out there, and people have named them different
Mm.
things. And this is just another name that everybody's logged into and hyper focused on this name. That, like you said, you've had different characters coordinate against you, and because they've given them their own intelligence as to how to fight. This is how a brute fights. This is what they have. Procedural generated maps. This is something that the game is set up for within these boundaries. So now you're giving it more autonomy, and that's where we're at. We're doing more stuff like that, and that's the other thing too is game development, right? Instead of having players, testers are still required, but you can also use a game to play all of these games at the same time, right? The AI to play all the games, and while it's doing that, it's figuring out where the codes are that are not done right or redundant or you know somewhere there's a misspelling or a period or space or something like that is in the wrong spot. You know how much code you got to go through. Back in the day, we had what, megabytes of
Hmm.
sizes for Nintendo and Super Nintendo and all that, and all of a sudden, PS3 era and the Xbox 360 era, we're in the gigabytes, and now we're in the hundreds of gigabytes. I mean, we're getting to the point where we're going to be in terabytes territory to make a game because everybody needs to put so much information in there. Look, Call of Duty is a good example. People are not able to play it because it's so huge that they have to eliminate all their library just to play it, or even like the Series S. I don't even know if they can even fully play everything that is in a Call of Duty package. I don't have one, so I
Yeah.
can't test it. But again, it's just these things are there to help us move past trying to find a needle in the haystack faster. And that's what we need to remember. That's what these companies need to remember. It's a tool, not a replacement. And I know in other fields, I guess even in gaming, people have said that it's been a replacement. I mean, could that be a thing with Marvel Rivals? That they said, you know what, we're replacing you, but we're not telling you that AI is replacing you because we already have another team working on this stuff and they're using
This could be
these
true.
models? We don't know, but it could be another form of that. And that's why I say we got to make sure that these companies remember AI is a tool, not a replacement for humans.
Right.
Andromeda, perfect example.
You know
They
which
try
one?
to replace humans.
You know which one was another one? Crackdown, when they tried to do the destruction for multiplayer with Sumo Digital. They use AI for that one too.
Well, they were using the cloud serve engine or whatever it was
Yeah.
to mimic the physics, to load all the physics. So
They
yeah.
had they had to use some sort of AI for that cloud
Oh, I'm
destruction.
sure
And
it did.
again, it was very amateurish because again, it was kind of the first of its kind for that thing.
Mhm.
It's just like ray tracing. When it
Hmm.
first came out, everybody was using ray tracing. You had concrete that was covered. Every building in Watch Dogs Legion, every building was covered in Vaseline. I mean, why is bricks and
That was
concrete covered
the
in
baby. That
Vaseline?
was the baby oil, man. They were at a duty party.
I'm just saying, but again, that was the first time not really the first time, but that was one of the examples that we saw that happened. And now
Hmm.
where we're at with ray tracing,
Right.
we're a lot better. We're
A
a
lot
little
better.
bit
Yeah.
more realistic. Yeah, everything was raining, but even in rain, concrete does not glisten like that.
Let's check in with the chat real quick. Chill Walker says, I used AI to make Indiana Axle, plus a lot of with my work. Yeah.
See?
To you, thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, the next Xbox is going to be connected to Skynet. It's going to kill us all. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. So much they even said megabit. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Dave Reezy's laughing at my Diddy joke. Yeah. Yeah, it happens, man. You don't want your AI to make you look like that. D says, I thought this wasn't generating code yet. I mean, it has to. I mean, it's AI. It's going to be great. Terry, any thought on this?
No, I think we've pretty much covered it.
Oh,
Yes.
she's not amused.
Oh, but a cha.
Look, whenever I hear the name Muse, I just think of the band.
I do. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. No, so Muse AI is going to be used by Xbox, so that's cool. Eventually, I'm sure, and maybe the next gen Xbox is going to have the Muse AI built in it. But yeah, that's where it's at.
So just remember, Xbox using Muse AI, bad thing. Give it another 6 months. Amazon using their version of Muse AI, good thing. Perfect. No problems. Everything's great. Facebook,
I don't know.
same thing.
Like,
Everything's great.
it's great.
We needed this.
Absolutely, we did.
The Disney references were fantastic.
You're gonna laugh. You're gonna be grossed out. Don't miss out on this.
I was locked in the whole time.
Oh,
I want
clown.
to go see it again right now.
Yeah, Italian
Yeah.
Clowns was in there.
He was in there twice too.
That was amazing. Be sure to check out Screamboat in theaters on April the 2nd. Don't be a pussy. Go see it.
All right, Dread, what do you want to
Yeah.
say here?
I couldn't talk about the movie, but I could talk about this part here. I did see the movie. Yeah, definitely watch it. I did do an interview with the director. It's going to go out live at 12 p.m. on the Files of Horror channel. So definitely check that out. I appreciate it. And what else? There was a lot more stuff that they had me say. So maybe I'll be in another promo somewhere. So definitely awesome thing to see yourself in somebody's promo. You didn't think that they'd actually use it.
Right.
But yeah, I even said, if you're concerned about it, grab a friend, get another friend, and go watch it together. And the guy's like, yes, nice, I like that. So who knows? We'll probably see something like that. But yeah, we're definitely going. I know it's really not the movie itself is not a death dealer thing, but the killer scenes, all the death scenes, are definitely a death dealer thing. So yeah, so it's there's a lot of mixed stuff
She
in
likes
there.
the finishers. She likes the finishers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's buffering a lot. Oh my gosh, sorry about that.
Buffering? Oh,
Yeah, it was buffering a lot. Sorry about that, guys. Everybody's saying buffering. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, watch Screamboat. Watch Dreadpool's channel with the interview coming up at noon today, tomorrow?
Yep, today on the
coming out
Files
at
of
noon.
Horror channel.
Files of Horror. Anybody else got anything before we get going?
Nothing for me.
All right, guys. Well, overall, it was a light week of news. Sorry about that, guys. Gotta round it up. So yeah. But with that being said, guys, we are gonna go ahead and get out of here. But of course, we wouldn't be able to do this show without you guys, the chat. And that's right, you guys, the chat will always be the MVP to all of the shows here on the Iconic Video Games channel. With that being said, we are gonna get out of here. I'm Axel1324.
I'm Cool Cat Terry.
I'm Eternal Shaddai.
And I'm Dreadpool.
And we'll catch you guys next week. Bye, everybody.